evoke emotion? What are the key pieces to any work of art, literature, music? What are the key pieces to life? 99% of everything we consume involves pathos. That video you saw with the puppy, that brought you sadness. And that really great piece of pizza you ate, that brought you happiness. And the grade you just got on your math test. Well, we didn't really have to talk about that. The bottom line is emotions play a crucial part in all that we do. In an article from Forbes magazine, pathos is the most important factor to any type of communication. This is because the more emotive something is, the more likely someone will remember it, accept it, and repeat it later. From a really young age, I realized I had a problem with emotional communication. I could never really quite gauge a situation correctly or understand what the appropriate response was. For example, I'd walk down the halls and see someone I knew from class, and I'd want to say hi, but then the questions would start rolling in. Do I say hi or hey? Do I smile or wave? Is it weird if I give them a hug? Are fist bumps still cool? Is there something on my shirt? Are my pants zipped? Do I go on the right or left side of the hall? Do they even remember me? And by the time I'd finished going through those questions and realized that, yeah, it was okay to say hi, I'd already be on the opposite side of the school, missing another opportunity. And even though I knew I could try again tomorrow, that moment still bothered me because it wasn't that I didn't want to say hi or didn't care. It was that I cared so much that there were so many different ideas and feelings happening inside my head that I couldn't figure out how to communicate them so that others would understand. And that moment has turned into countless other moments in my life where there's been so much happening up here and nothing coming out down here. Eventually, I realized that my inability to communicate emotionally has turned into a real problematic roadblock. And I needed to find a way to take all of my ideas and put it into a digestible package so that everyone could understand. And that's when I fell into the world of film, more specifically, editing. Editing is one of those parts of media that tends to go unnoticed, but editing is everything. Editing is what makes a horror movie scary and an action movie exciting. It's what makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up when you're awaiting a jump scare, and it's what makes your heart start to beat really, really fast in a chase sequence. Editing is why I, a 17-year-old, still cry every time at the end of Toy Story 3 when Andy goes off to college, and Woody looks into the camera and he says, "So long, partner." Editing is what makes TVs and movies able to communicate one singular message that anyone, anywhere in the world can understand. You see, making films is interesting because you as the filmmaker get to decide what story you want to tell. But it is the editor who is really in charge. Because they are the ones that get to control what feeling everyone in the audience leaves with. Take this picture, for example. Just left the way it is, it just looks like your normal picture of a forest. But then you change it and you put a filter on it. The black and white just makes it seem a little bit spookier. It gives you a little bit more of a mysterious feeling. Then you change the filter once again. You brighten it up, make it more saturated, and seems like a more distant memory. Now, film editing takes this step one step further. We put music to the back of each image. To the first one, you put some light, happy travel tune, and it just seems like a walk in the park. To the second one, you put harder, more computerized tones, and it's like a horror movie. Then to the third one, you put more soft, more distant violin music, and it's like you're just looking at a distant memory. One picture, 3 different ways, 3 different moments. See, editing shows us that each moment does not just hold one feeling. Instead, each moment holds an infinite amount of feelings that words alone just can't explain. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then a video must be worth millions. See, when I started to make and edit videos, something just clicked. Ideas I had in my head that I could not explain became clear to everyone suddenly. And by understanding how different things such as music and lighting and colors and transitions could trigger different things in different people, the enigma that was emotional communication became to make sense. Because there's something magical about crafting that moment in film, where your transitions are just smooth and the cadence of the music flows perfectly. Because through editing, emotional communication makes sense, because it uses all of the senses to make one complete message. So now the question you're all wondering, how does editing a video lead to better emotional communication in the person-to-person world? Well, it's simple. Editing is everything. Now, I'm not saying you should walk around with a speaker and blast whatever music you think correlates to your current mood. What I'm saying is that truly editing is everything. It is ingrained in our bodies, in our lives, in our souls. Because each day we live our lives are like an ongoing movie. And we work to our own internal dialogue, a script if you'd like. And with each choice we make, each action we take, we are the editors. When we meet someone for the first time, we get to choose what our own internal dialogue and internal music is. Is it the theme song to Baywatch, when you just have so much enthusiasm, so much confidence that you just bust open the double doors and scream out your name? Or is it the background music to those really weird animal documentaries when you're kind of awkward and you're just kind of skirting in and you don't want to be seen? As editors, we get to decide what each of those moments are. And the thing is, we can edit anything. We can edit the way we walk, edit the way we dress, edit the way we present ourselves. Edit our point of view, become more accepting of others and more accepting of outside help. Edit the way we say things, because we all know that you look nice and you look nice mean two completely different things. And edit the way we see ourselves. See ourselves the way we want to be seen and not the way others have made us. You ever have those moments when you're just walking on the street or you're not doing anything and just imagine if your life was a movie? And sometimes, even though the situations you create in your head, they're not the most exciting, but you still change them to get the outcome you want. For example, you're just walking home one day and you put in your earbuds and suddenly your favorite song plays. And suddenly you're in a music video and you're walking down the street and suddenly you walk a little taller and you have a little bit more swagger. And you look and you just imagine, what if everyone in their house came out and they kind of peered their sunglasses down and you're like, what's up? And you're just the coolest person around. You edit those ideas and you edit your daydreams because the feelings they leave inside of you are the ones you want to hold on to. Take those feelings and remember them. Edit your dreams because one day when you put them into reality, you will be able to present them in the way that you've always wanted everyone to know. Now, if this was a sitcom, the really cheesy violin music would start playing and the camera would pan over the audience and we'd zoom in on people I know, people I don't know, my friends, my family. And just for one moment, we would all share a singular time where we would all understand each other. And then some sort of group hug would ensue and then cliches would be exchanged. But obviously we don't live in that world because our world is messy, our world is complicated, but that's okay. Because as editors, we have the ability to craft those moments where even just for a split second, everyone can understand. We have the ability to fix these problems so that eventually emotional communication becomes clear. So, if you're ever walking down the halls or walking the mall or anywhere and you see someone you know and you want to say hi, but then just in that moment you get caught up and you miss your chance, that's okay. Because you can always edit that situation and try again tomorrow. And even after those edits, if it still doesn't work out, we can always do more in post-production. Thank you.